Will COVID push more hub and spoke suburban sprawl? Jason, why don't you explain kind of what we mean by this, and then give me your hot take on will COVID push more hub and spoke suburban sprawl?
Yeah. So from a hub and spoke perspective, I mean, we kind of have it now where you have the uptown is the hub, but then you have spokes like Steel Creek, Ballantyne, the Ray Road area, and then even up by the lake. I think you're seeing it now anyway, even with or without COVID. In that Ballantyne obviously is a huge secondary market. South Park's a huge secondary market. I think you're seeing it anyway, but I don't think you're going to see a 1960s exodus to the suburbs. I think the urban core is too strong and too desirable. I mean, you even look at South Park or South End, one of the hottest neighborhoods in the country. People want to be close to the urban core. They don't want to have to drive everywhere. There's something to be said about that. I don't think personally COVID is going to have any impact one way or another on that.
I'm kind of torn on this. So I am a huge urban Charlotte and just urban in general homer, right? So I'm always going to lean towards, being a homer. I always give my friends grief that live in Waxhaw when it comes up in conversation. I call it Waha just to piss them off. My friends give me a lot of grief that I don't go SOFA. I don't go south of Fairview. Yeah. So I am an ultimate urban homer. That said, I think that the suburbs want, desire, and deserve some of the cool factor that South End and Uptown and Plaza Midwood and Dilworth and all these cool little neighborhoods have. And I don't think there's any reason why hip, cool things can't survive in the suburbs. You take North American Properties, buying Birkin.
But I think walkability is your limitation.
That's where I'm going with that. So I think that obviously the limitation is walkability, cookie cutterness, kind of the blandness that inherently comes with a suburb. I'm not singling out any specific suburb. I think that this could make people take a little bit more risks on true kind of town center, eat, work, play destinations in the suburbs. And I think those are hard to pull off because A, they're super complicated, B, they're super expensive, C, they take a long time. You could catch a mid-market cycle and you could really get burned as a developer. But I do think that this is going to make people try that. Just think like, why isn't there an Industrious or a WeWork? I know WeWork isn't a sexy name to use right now, but why aren't things like this out in the suburbs, right? Like these, I think things like that can work in the right suburbs. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe not today, but 6 months from now, a year from now, people have realized that, all right, I might not need to go from Ballantyne or from Mooresville to Charlotte 5 days a week. Maybe I can go there 2 days a week, but you know what? I still can't get a lot done out of my house. So I want to be able to go to the Industrious or, hopefully the Huga, like the local upstart version that's able to kind of capitalize on things like that. So I do think things will change, but it's hard for me to see an immediate future where South End and Uptown just completely slows down because of COVID.
I don't think, and I think regardless, I don't think COVID's going to have any impact on it at all. I think it's going to happen regardless.
Well, and we all know that COVID skipped over South End and it doesn't exist there. So they were the first ones to get the vaccine. So that was really helpful.